we have got a new toy. We have evolved. So why have I ended up with this bad boy? Well, this is actually what I have been looking at personally for years and years and years. In fact, I've been following Weeped in Korea because I just thought these scooters just look amazing, but I just again wanted to wait for the industry to get to a point where the stats were impressive, you know, the mileage, the speed, the power. I ended up going down the electric skateboard route. I thoroughly enjoyed it for 3 weeks, but I was pushing myself on the skateboard, and to be fair, I was not bad. I remembered a lot of my skateboarding from my younger days, but it didn't have the range, it didn't have the speed, it felt like a lot of slow speed hard work basically. So it's sold, it's gone, and this Dualtron Ultra 2 is in its place. This is a beast. This is a 72 volt, actually it's 82 volt when it's fully charged, 35 mAh battery. It's a monster. It's got dual motors in each hub. These motors are kicking out in excess of 3,000 watts peak power. This gives it just under 7,000 watts peak power, and I can tell you, I'm a big guy and I fancy myself as being a big strong guy, and you have got to turn this down when you get on it for the first time. You have to. It goes 0 to 50 miles an hour on full power mode in around 8 seconds, and it is on a scooter that's monstrous. What have I done to it? Because of course I would have done some things to it. So I've replaced the handlebars, the stock handlebars, which are really heavy and super narrow, with a nice wide carbon fiber Hope bar. I have I got a little holder here for my phone, and on my phone I have a Speedbot app which gives a nice big red speed dial here. I have checked it against the speed on here, and they're pretty accurate. A nice SAS race, downhill mountain bike race stem on here, some nice handlebar grips, and a Night Rider 4,000 lumen torch, a headlamp at the front, and a battery pack. The battery pack on this torch also has a USB charger here, so I can charge my phone if I'm using it for GPS. The range on this bad boy is ridiculous. The range on here, well, they test them with 80 kilogram riders, so and they say, you know, in the Far East they're tested, so 25 degree ambient heat. I think a 75 kilo rider and it'll go 120, 130 kilometers, something like that. Anyway, it's a long way. The speed on this thing, people I see online have had this up over 55 miles an hour. I will not be doing that. I've got it turned right down for some beginner settings. If you want some good beginner settings, look on YouTube for a guy or a channel called Vroomin. Really good in-depth review of this specific Dualtron machine. It's got huge nut disc brakes, big tubeless off-road knobbly tires. It's fully sus. It is just rubber resistance in the front as suspension, and springs in the rear underneath there. You can't quite see them, but it works really well. It'll ease up and become less stiff over time the more I use it, but so far, guys, I have to say this thing is where it's at. I'm totally sold. This is me. This is where I should have started. This is going to stay. We are going to do some epic rides in Scotland. What else have I done? Sorry, I've upgraded the clamp down here. I took the old clamp off completely, and I've upgraded to Dualtron do this massive clamp, just to give the headset or the stem a little bit more what's it called, strength. I am 95 plus kilos. Lovely big deck, super huge deck, lovely rear foot position goes here for when you accelerate, you need it. This thing is just, I'm just so impressed, guys. And also the size of these things, it's difficult to understand how big they are, but this is a big machine. There's a lot of ground clearance when you ride one of these things for the first time. Not only does the power hit you, but also you are high up off the ground. You're like, I'm almost 7 foot stood on this thing. So that's something to consider, actually. That's something to get used to. But overall, man, this thing is cool. Seriously cool. And the handlebar conversion has gone perfectly. So stoked. These Hope carbon fiber handlebars are just the bomb. They really are. Cool. Well, there you go. I got it from Ride and Glide, guys. Nicest bunch of boys down there. Hit them up, look online. Ride and Glide, they're pretty much the best people in the UK for scooters, e-bikes, all that kind of good stuff. Peace.